We have been playing Minecraft together with Lauri for over 6 years, and in that time we have built some absolutely insane projects. We are talking hundreds of hours, hundreds of thousands of blocks, and more shovels broken than I want to admit. So today I'm taking you on a tour of our craziest, biggest and most time-consuming builds ever created in the Shulkercraft survival worlds. Starting off with one of the most time-consuming builds, the all-block museum. We built this nearly 4 years ago, but I remember building it like it was yesterday. The concept for this came from the idea to collect every block in Minecraft, which is a pretty hard task. However, we had been playing in this world for quite a long time, and we had a lot of blocks already collected. So for us, collecting all the blocks wasn't the hardest part. The hardest part was to build the whole museum around the blocks. As we wanted to have all the blocks possible in museum, we built it around the spawner, to also have a spawner block in the museum. This is one of the reasons why we built it underground, but the other reason was to have an easier time designing it, because having it underground means you don't need to design the outer side of the building. Overall, I'm really happy with the block museum. It took us 47 hours to build together with Lauri, and this doesn't include all the planning beforehand. But the next build took even more time to build, and this is the garden farm, which is producing a whopping 600,000 items per hour. But getting there wasn't easy. We started by draining the ocean and then removed the entire monument. Then we started to build the garden farm, which required a lot of obsidian portals, and building them took quite a long time, because between the portals we had to place water in the specific pattern, and this was really time consuming. When the farm was ready, we also made a nice decoration around the farm, to make it look like a spaceship. In the nether there is a huge collection system that packs all the items into the shulker boxes. And as I said before, building it was even more time consuming than it was to build the all block museum. This took us 49 hours to build, pretty damn insane, although I really like how it turned out. But what is even more insane is the next build we built together with Lauri. This is the latest storage room that we built in the center of our world. This is by far the most time consuming and hardest project we have done in Minecraft. Nothing comes close to it. But I personally think we overdid a bit, since at first it wasn't made out of blackstone, it was out of white concrete. And building the first version was already 50 hours of work. But as we had the storage room for 2 years, we wanted to refresh it a bit. And I always thought that the white concrete lacked a bit of depth. So we swapped out almost all the blocks in the storage room and made it much more detailed. All of that took another 50 hours. But the final result was all worth it. This storage room has a fully automatic sorter built into it, so you can just put all the items or shulker boxes in the input chest and everything will get sorted into the right chests. Then behind the chests we have all kind of different smaller farms, like a snow farm, a brewing room and many other small farms that might be useful at some point. This is definitely an ultimate storage room. And I can't imagine living without this storage room. And by the way, this storage room can store over 2 million items, and it isn't even laggy. Maybe it is because we are hosting our server at Wise Hosting. Wise Hosting is the fastest growing and highest rated Minecraft focused hosting provider. While other providers focus on hundreds of games at once, we at Wise Hosting believe that mastering one game is the key. The best part is that right now we have the Black Friday sale, which is the biggest sale of the year. You can get your first month or year 50% off when you host your new server on Wise Hosting. Don't miss out because this deal ends on Black Friday. Okay, let's continue with the insane builds we have done in the past 6 years. This next project is one of the dumbest projects we have built, and it is a dirt meatball that is made out of 1 million dirt blocks. For this project we had to delete a big part of the world and collect 800,000 dirt blocks, because we already had 200,000 dirt blocks in our storage room at the time. But trust me, collecting 800,000 dirt blocks wasn't easy at all. We spent over 20 hours together with Lauri to collect that amount of dirt, and I don't even know how many shovels we destroyed during that. Once we had collected all the dirt, we started to build the meatball itself, and it was much harder than we initially thought. Although it seems to be with all the builds, we completely underestimate how much work it is, but I guess that's why they are so impressive in the end. But this is how the meatball looked when we finished it. It's just a huge dirt ball in the air, filled with dirt. The idea for this was definitely better in our heads, but the end product wasn't so exciting to be honest. But I included this meatball into this video because it took so much time to build it, and we didn't even like it at the end. Oh yeah, in total it took around 45 hours to make it. Time well spent. Moving on to the next insane build we have done in our world. This is a very fast creeper farm built into a perimeter. This creeper farm makes 150,000 gunpowder per hour, and it is one of the fastest creeper farms you can build into your survival world. To get this high amount of raids, we first needed to dig the whole perimeter here. This took over 40 hours. For me, making perimeters is one of the coolest things to do, because the process is really enjoyable. You can see how the TNTs destroy the world and then collect a lot of diamond ores in the process. Also, the result after the perimeter is done is amazing. After we had made the perimeter, we built the creeper farm inside it and added a collection area in the nether. Building the creeper farm was actually really easy. It probably took like 5 hours. This is definitely the perfect creeper farm to have in your world. But there actually was a very good reason why we needed a creeper farm with that high production rate. For that I need to introduce you to another build we have done. An end in the overworld. This here is a piece of end built into an overworld. And when you're standing on the end island, you feel like you're actually in the end. The black concrete around the whole area makes it so dark that it really feels like an end. It's so cool in my opinion. But when we wanted to build it, we knew we wanted to make it into a ground. And that's where the creeper farm came into the play. We used all the gunpowder to make a ton of TNTs, and then used dispensers to dispense out all the TNTs, which then made us this hole where the end in the overworld is built. It definitely worked out great. After we had finished the whole thing, we just built the black concrete walls and the end island in the middle. This project wasn't actually the most time consuming to build, it only took 20 hours to build. But to get to the point to be able to craft 100,000 TNTs for this project, we had to build the creeper farm into the perimeter. And for that reason, I think this is one of the biggest projects we have done. We have already gone over some amazing builds, but there is still so much to show, so let's keep going over the amazing builds. The next one I showcase is the Eiffel Tower we built a couple of years ago. We built it because 1.19 increased the world height, and we could now build much higher things. This is definitely one of the nicest looking builds we have done. From far away it already looks so damn good, and I think we managed to replicate the real life Eiffel Tower pretty damn well. Under the Eiffel Tower there are some shops and an entrance. To go all the way up to the top you have to take the stairs, which take exactly 1 minute and 37 seconds to reach the top. I think the time to reach the top puts it well into the perspective of how tall the Eiffel Tower in Minecraft really is. We also added some lights so that during the night time it is all lit up. The real tower actually has a cool light show, but we didn't make it, and I think just lighting up the Eiffel Tower is already good enough. I'm super happy with the result, and building it wasn't too bad at all. It took us about 11 hours. By the way, all the builds that we have made a worth download are linked in the description below, so check them out. Another similar build we did was the Statue of Liberty. As the statue is made out of copper in real life, we had to copy that too. So we collected a huge amount of copper and then we started building it. We chose out a nice looking island and started to build the bottom part, where the statue stands on. After that we built the statue itself, and as you can see, at first it was orange looking. But as we waited 147 Minecraft days, which equal 49 hours in real life, the statue oxidized and turned into greenish color. This was a cool project, but what was even cooler is the chocolate factory we built. I remember we got this idea from Mr. Beast. He made a video of the Willy Wonka chocolate factory, and we wanted to make something similar to Minecraft. and I think it turned out pretty cool. But this building is as cool from the inside as it's from the outside, because it's an actually working chocolate factory. We first made a cocoa bean farm where we get the cocoa beans, and then we made a wheat farm. And in the final room you can craft the wheat and cocoa bean together, and this will get you cookies. So it actually is a chocolate cookie farm. In the middle there is a beautifully decorated greenhouse. This is just a decoration, there is nothing useful here. This chocolate factory do cost 12 hours to build, but I remember that planning and testing everything out in creative do cost 3 full days. It was pretty time consuming, but to be honest I can't really complain, because the build itself turned out super cool, as almost all the builds I have shown in this video, except the 1 million meat dirt ball. Let me know down below which project you like the most. And if you want to check them out yourself, there is a Word downloads in the description below. And once you're there, check out wisehosting.com to host a high quality server and be part of the biggest sale of the year. I will see you next time, bye!